Hi friends, today I would like to narrate a chandamama story of the year 1957, and the story name is The Servant. Okay, I will start now. While Brahmadatta was ruling Benares, Bodhisattva was born as a rich man. He married at the proper age and had a son in course of time. On the very day his son was born, Bodhisattva's servant woman too gave birth to a son who was named Katahaka. Both the boys grew up together, but the one was the son of a rich man, while the other, Katahak, was the son of a servant. When the rich man's son went to school, Katahak followed him carrying his slate and books. At school, Katahak learned what all the rich boy was taught. In the end, Katahak was recognized as a scholar and a knowledgeable person, and yet he remained only a servant, in charge of his master's store and cash. He did not like his condition. He wanted a status that was in keeping with his learning. He thought of a plan to attain such a status. A millionaire who was a great friend of Bodhisattva was living in Pratyants, that is some miles away from Benares. Katahak forged a letter from Bodhisattva to this gentleman. I am sending my son to you, he wrote. I have come to the conclusion that we should become related through the marriage of our children. I desire that you marry your daughter to my son and keep him with you. I shall have the honor of meeting you as soon as I can find time to make the journey. To this letter, Katahak put the seal of his master. He took some money from his master's treasury and journeyed to Pratyahant. Then he went to the millionaire's house and handed the forged letter to him. The millionaire was overjoyed at the offer made by his respected friend and married his daughter to Katahak at once. Now Katahak was no longer a servant, he had numberless servants to attend upon him. He had no end of good dresses, feasts, and all conceivable luxuries. And yet he used to curse the people of Pratyant every day. These people are so cruel, he would say in disgust. They do not know how to dress or how to eat properly. I have never seen such stupidity anywhere. Meanwhile, Bodhisattva found Katahak missing. No one seemed to know what happened to him, so he sent his men in all directions to find out the whereabouts of Katahak. One of them went to Pratyant and found Katahak living with the millionaire as his son-in-law and pretending to be the son of Bodhisattva. Having heard these details, Bodhisattva was deeply hurt. He started for Pratyant to bring back Katahak. Katahak was very much shaken with fear by the news that his master was arriving. His first idea was to run away, but he abandoned it since he had nothing to gain and everything to lose by running away. Confessing his crime and obtaining the pardon of the master was the only way left for him to get out of trouble. Katahak did not suspect that Bodhisattva already knew all about him. He thought that it would be better that his master learned the facts through him first. He would confess everything and beg his pardon. Naturally, he would have to play the part of the servant, and seeing this, others should not be surprised. So he told his servants in advance, I am not like other fellows. I respect my father immensely. When he sits at table, I fan him and serve him respectfully. Next, Katahak told his father-in-law, my father is coming. I want to receive him on the way. Then he went forth and met Bodhisattva on the way. He fell at the feet of his master, confessed what all he did, and begged for mercy. Bodhisattva promised not to betray him, and both of them arrived at the house of the millionaire. The millionaire was very glad to see Bodhisattva. According to your wish, sir, he said, I have given my daughter in marriage to your son. Bodhisattva pretended to be gratified. He talked to Katahak as to his own son. Then he met Katahak's wife alone and asked her, child, does my son make you happy? He is quite nice in all respects, the girl replied, except that he disapproves of everything that is said for his meal. I have tried all sorts of dishes, but nothing seems to please him. I really don't know what to do about it. Oh, yes, Bodhisattva said to her. He's that sort of boy. But I advise you to do one thing. When he criticizes his food, remind him about Kathak, a fellow who is nobody in his own place but is treated like a lord where he is not known. This Kathak indulges in abuse instead of enjoying what he gets. After Bodhisattva's departure for Benares, Kathak began to feel that his position was absolutely secure. Bodhisattva pardoned him and he had no fear of anyone else. So Katahak began to swear and abuse worse than ever. Particularly at meals, he began to curse each and every dish. His wife remembered the advice of Bodhisattva and reminded her husband about Katahak. Of course, she never knew that Katahak was her own husband since he assumed another name. But the effect on Katahak was magical. He became a lamp and never raised his voice again in criticism of this, that, or the other. That's the end of the story, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And we appreciate your valuable comments. Thank you.